Well, good day everyone and welcome. I'm Melanie Grullo from Rustic, Portugal. In this Key Talks video, we have solicitor Filipa Gonçalves as a guest. Welcome Filipa.
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be here with Melanie and with you.
Thank you. Anna is going to explain the role of a solicitor in Portugal, and we're also going through the buying process. Well, Anna, to start with, can you describe what a solicitor does in Portugal?
Okay, so we have an important role in these legal services. We provide legal services to individual and business, and our work is regulated by the Chamber of Solicitors, so it's a legal order. We have an ethic code and we have to obey and to provide legal assistance according with that, and the civil law of course, and all the laws that are regulating this case, and in your case the properties, the real estate agency in Portugal.
Mm-hmm. And can you mention some of the tasks for people to understand more? Like examples?
Okay. One saying it's providing legal advice and assistance to real estate, inheritance, commercial law, and drafting legal documents. Okay, such as contracts and extrajudicial services. That is recovering debts, property management, and company registration, and the collaboration with other legal professionals in Portugal is very important, because we, as long as the lawyers and the notaries, we can do these contracts of purchase, of course, and it's legal.
So you're mentioning lawyer and solicitor. I know that these terms are often used interchangeably. Can you explain the main difference between a lawyer and a solicitor in Portugal?
The main difference is that lawyers can represent clients in court with certain civil process. Otherwise they can do anything that a solicitor do. Okay.
But basically both solicitors and lawyers can assist someone in the purchase process, for example.
Yes.
There's some difference
Both.
in that.
Yes.
Okay.
They have the same and we have the same role in that movie.
Okay, alright. Very good.
Yes.
Alright. So how about the buying process? What documents does a buyer need to buy property in Portugal?
Okay, so the documents. The documents that are need, it's very simple. It's the passport or other identification document, as an ID, okay? The fiscal number, the proof of address. It's this proof of address, it's such as utility bill or a bank statement. Basically it's this, okay? If the buyer is unable to assist to attend the closing in person, they may provide a power of attorney to authorize someone to represent that person in the act.
Okay, next question. What documents does a seller need to sell a property in Portugal?
Okay, we must have a property title deed. Okay, in Portugal we call that a escritura, and the certification of the land. It's called certidão de teor. This is the official document and provides the information about the land and its ownership. We have also the property registration certificate. It's just an ID, the ID of the property. It's called in Portugal caderneta predial, and provides all the things that the property has. Okay, the cultures, the size. We can also calculate the tax that are paying each year in Portugal, if we reach to a certain amount, of course. The seller needs a valid identification, the passport or ID card, the fiscal number, of course, and the proof of ownership too. The seller will need to provide proof that they are the legal owner of the property, because sometimes the registration is not done, but they have the proof. Sometimes it's the deed that was not registered yet, because the registration it's mandatory in Portugal since 2008. Okay. And before that date, the registration was not mandatory. But the deed will make the deed and the contracts of purchase will do and will be due as same, and it's legal. Okay, in Portugal. So more we have the tax payments. Okay, if they are paid, utility bills. It's very important too. Okay, to have the utility, just the electricity, the water, there are the counters, and they must have ensure that everything is in order and everything is paid, okay? And there's the other document, it's the power of attorney. If one part cannot assist to the closing of the contract, they can be represented by a power of attorney, of course.
Okay.
These are the main documents that are need to the seller, to the
property in general.
Yes, to the property in general.
Because we have basically two types of property here in Portugal. You have rustic and urban property. Is there any specific document you need in addition to the ones you mentioned if a seller wants to sell rustic property?
Yes. There are some specifications, because we have properties in Portugal without with cadaster that are properly divided and with the marks, everything all with the dots all connected, and there are maps that can show, and we have an institute for that to see. And there is a part that we don't have the cadaster. For that we have the process in Portugal, it's called BUPI, and we have to identify the property, take a topographic services plan to make sure that the size it's that, okay?
Size matches the size on the paperwork.
Yes.
So the seller, before the sale, the seller needs to go to the BUPI and he indicates what his borders are, and then with that document he can sell the property. So the new owner knows exactly the borders.
The owner, exactly. For the urban articles, there is a specification that we need. We need to have the license or a certification from the city hall that says that the house is
exempt of
the license due to his age and mainly to the age. Yes. And there is one additional document that we need too. It's the efficiency certificate too, that is necessary, okay? It's not always necessary, but it's the majority of cases it's necessary. There are some.
Can you explain me the steps of the buying procedure? For example, the buyer and the seller, they agreed on the price. What's next?
Okay, what's next? Next is smile because we
congratulations.
Yes. Because we are almost in the finish of the process and make some people happy, right? Both parts happy. Okay, and the steps that are involved in this typical contract of purchase. It's suitable to do always a promissory contract, okay, to assure the right of the two parties, okay, as the conditions of the sale, the purchase price, the payment terms, and the deadlines, all the deadlines that we can put in the contract, okay. The percentage agreed between the two parts as the deposit payments, because it's involved a promissory contract involves the deposit payment, okay, can be agreed between the two parties, okay? And this deposit serves to guarantee that the buyer intends to complete the transaction, okay? And the seller the same. The due diligence, that's before completing the transaction, the buyer should conduct a true due diligence process to ensure that the property is free of any legal or financial issues, okay? The ownership status, it's very important, checking for any mortgage or debts, and reviewing the relevant permits and license. Okay, it's very important. The final payment in Portugal, escritura, and the final step is this. It's the buying procedure. And finally, we have the last step is the registration that confers the title of ownership to the buyer, and that's when the smiles happen.
Then it's official.
Yes, and turns official, the document official. Okay, after the registration, that we have obligation to do that too. If nothing,
so a solicitor can help with all these steps.
A solicitor can help with all these steps.
And then last but not least,
Yes.
almost it's probably the most asked questions. What are the costs involved?
Oh, the costs. It's always the costs.
You want to know?
Yes, but it's not easy to establish a cost, okay? In your website you have that information, right?
Oh, yes, I have some of it,
Yes, yes, some of it, and you can consult in the website of Melanie. It's very fully
I'll put
explained.
the link in this video.
It's very fully explained, okay? The costs of buying the property, it's transfer tax, stamp duty tax, okay? The transfer tax has a percentage that involves the different kinds of properties. And the stamp duty, it's the percentage, it's always 0.8%, okay? Of the purchase price.
Purchase price.
Yes, purchase price. The notary and the solicitor or lawyer fees, okay, are very important, and they are paid to cover the expenses with all the registration and all the work that we have, okay. And the exact amount depends on always sometimes on the complexity of the issue, okay. Sometimes it's not the same, and depends also of the number of the properties, okay. If it's one property, it's one amount. If two properties, it's always rising, right?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Anna.
Okay. I hope I could clarify all your questions, and if there is something additional, please ask me. I'm here to help.
I think that our viewers now are a little bit smarter with your information.
Oh, I hope so.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Melanie. It was a real pleasure, okay? Thank you.